keep on moving. We keep on moving along. We keep on rolling.
Okay, we are live. I've just let a poll go out, guys. So you let me know what you're doing. Are you happy with the pre-season trades, the pre-season transfers? Are you happy? Let me get back to the studio from YouTube. I've just checked in. YouTube's good. That's one of the reasons last stream why we didn't have things going correctly. So I do apologise that things sometimes do go wrong. Now, welcome in. This weekend kicks off the EFL Championship. Yeah, the EFL Championship kicks off today. Yes, we'll be telling you about that, Wrexham fans. If you didn't already know, worldwide Wrexham fans, get in here, join in the chat, make yourselves available. But again, 7 o'clock Wrexham time, we're kicking off again. Another show Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday's going to be a Monday show every time pretty much because there's not many games on Monday, not many. Wednesday, well, we do have games on Wednesday, so we can take the show to a Wednesday anytime you like. Could be a game as well. And Friday is either going to be Friday like it is right now, or it could be a Saturday game or a Sunday game. But because we're doing a Friday show is simply because not many of those Mondays turn into games. But this Monday is our first game, ironically enough. So there you go. Welcome in. Tea time. After long planning, we've got it where we want it to be. Segments. Where are we going today? I'm going to let you know right now. First segment, Wrexham. We're going to look at Phil's words. We're going to look at Josh Windass. And we've got some social media news coming out of the EFL Championship too. In the second segment, we're going to take a look in detail at the 2026-2027 playoffs. I'm going to give you the rules. I'm going to give you the breakdown and explain exactly in detail where that's going. Third segment is moving through more championship news. If you've got any EPL questions coming through, because this is championship heavy, but if you have any EPL questions at any time during the show, just unload it. Just unload it. Get in the chat, unload it, and we'll be right there for you. We're very good to go. So, third segment, like I say, more EPL, and then to finish off, going to give you more news about Monday's watch-along with Cardiff. 2,500 fans already got tickets to go down to South Wales from the north. Oh, yes. 130 odd miles to either Swansea or Cardiff. Not much between the two. There's like 39 between the two, but north to south as you travel from Wrexham, it's about 130 miles, 131. And if you take a twisted scenic route, about 135 miles. So there you go. More coming through. So let's get into this. Welcome in. Let's talk about Phil Parkinson, shall we? Parky. In Parky we trust. The man can do no wrong. But right now, I gotta say, I can feel things bottlenecking around Wrexham. And I'm talking as you get higher in the league, as the levels start to go up, you're starting to drop players that have been there for a while. You're starting to bring players in, and it's starting to cause a few arguments between the fans. Did we really need to do this? Did we really need to do that? In Parky we trust. There's got to be some sense to it. In Parky we trust. Let's take a look at the first picture of the day. This is coming in from Parky. I want you to take a good look at this one and have a read. These are Parky's words as you're looking at it right now. Take a look at that. Parky's giving you his viewpoint of what's gone on in the last couple of days. Don't worry, there's more to come. Phil says, Phil Parkinson has confirmed Josh Windass will miss our upcoming league opener against Cardiff. Windass won the club's 2025 Player of the Season award. Yes, we know. Ben Sheaf also missed out on pre-season due to injury, and the boss confirmed he is getting close to action. Liberate Kakache has continued to work on the training ground on fatigue issues that kept him out of Caribou Cup tie against Middlesbrough. Max Cleworth featured against Liverpool and Sunderland on our US tour and got more needed minutes on Monday in a behind-closed-doors friendly against Wigan Athletic. Ben Whiteman played for the Red Dragons in the same game against the Latics, making his debut against Borough. Coming back on screen, guys. But I tell you what, there's some news for you. The one thing I really want to capture you with is Liberato Kakache. Why is he always injured? He played at the bloody World Cup, for crying out loud. He looked great. He can't get it going for Wrexham. What is with this young man? I want to see more from Kakache. Hasn't really come forward, hasn't really got into the team. Hasn't bust through. It's just been cameos every now and again. A cameo at the World Cup. Don't lose faith in him. He's worth it. He's got talent. But if he keeps not being there, then we need someone who's going to be there all the time on that field of play. Kakache, I like the guy. I really do. But you got to be on the field, my friend. You got to be on the field. Something funny now coming up for you. Have a look at that picture on your screen right now. That's the goalkeeping core at Wrexham on the Wrexham website right now. I'm not impressed with the Wrexham website, the new website. I tell you what, I ask you one question. Is the website slowing down for you? But you can see that picture there. No Anthony Patterson. You got Arthur, you got Danny, you got Callum. But no Anthony. Did we sell him overnight? Where's he gone? He's not on the website. But again, just a little point on that website, Wrexham's website. Last year and preceding years, our website at Wrexham AFC was clean, easy to navigate, in fact, fun to navigate. And it wasn't cluttered with all the garbage going on right now. Listen, I can understand you want to get stories out, but we want to hear about the first team, the men's team, all the time, yeah? Doesn't matter that we get drips and drabs of other parts of the club, that's fine. But don't overload it with drips and drabs. Overload it with the men's team. That's what we're here for. Overload it with the women's team as well. But the rest of these nonsensical reports, it's clutter. And I ask you one simple question. Does the website from Wrexham, when you're logging on, take a little longer than other people to load up because of all the imagery and stuff they've got going on? It does for me. Every other website I use loads up quick. Wrexham's website is getting slower and slower and slower and slower and more confusing as we move forward. Just saying, moving along. But I'm going to say, now let's talk about some news in the Championship. Who's that? Who's that? That there is John Eustace. That there is Derby County's coach. That there is a man who's very happy right now. Do you know why? Because the Saudi government are not moving into Derby County's boardroom. Yeah, the deal flatlined, went down, went south. And Johnny Eustace is absolutely ecstatic that he can now get back to business on the field of play, getting his team ready for the league without all the bloody drama. And what's the government doing buying a football club anywho? Doesn't seem very straightforward and normal to me. Anyway, there's Johnny Eustace. Let's get back on screen. Johnny, glad you've got the drama ended of the drama. Drama over. Johnny's a happy guy. Now, talking about another coach. We're talking about three coaches here, but talking about another coach. Yes, another coach. Cesar Peixoto. Cesar Peixoto. You're like, who the hell's that? Cesar Peixoto. Take a look on your screens right now. That there is Wolves manager. Cesar Peixoto. Portuguese. What am I saying? Well, what is he saying? He is saying, hey, we will wear the favourites to win this title tag all season long. No pressure. No pressure. We can wear that tag and win it all game long. West Ham to bounce back. Can West Ham bounce back is my question here. Take a look at that face. That's Nuno, the West Ham coach. That was last year as they were getting relegated, yeah? Nuno didn't look too good in that picture, did he? West Ham should not have gone down, really should not have gone down at all. You looked at West Ham all season last year and thought, what the hell are you playing with? Fire. You're playing with fire. You look lethargic. You don't look like you care. You literally came alive in the last 10 matches, but you couldn't save your asses. If West Ham don't get out of this division this season as favourites in my book, then it is an absolute catastrophe from season to season. Cheers. Tea time, baby. Oh, that's good. It always is. My tea is good. My tea is good. I made it myself. My tea is so good. Sing, sing, sing. Another story coming up in the league championship. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. Who's that? That's Kyle Walker. Big Man City player. No, he's not. He's Burnley. Aye, lad. He's Burnley, isn't he, eh? Right, lad. Burnley. What's going wrong with Burnley? Well, I tell you what. There's a big thing going up with Burnley. They have a deal with Finitive on their shirts. Look at that shirt. Finitive. That's the shirt sponsor. Well, it was 42 days ago, up until recently. The deal was ripped up by Burnley. There's no reason why. They haven't really said why, but that deal is in the garbage can. Coming back on screen, but that deal is in the garbage can. And here's the deal. Before we get into the meat and veg of the league, the matches coming up through, the definitive deal signed 42 days ago, okay, was literally on the front of their gold shirts, recently released with all kinds of literally online pandemonium and literally a party atmosphere, releasing the new golden shirts at Burnley. Well, all for naught. The deal is dead. And literally, the club are refunding Finitive fully with the money that was invested into Burnley. Something behind the scenes must not be very good with Finitive. You don't make a deal with a Premier League club and then have it burned up in front of your face. Bad day, with Burnley in the Championship. You wouldn't rip up a Premier League sponsorship deal so quickly. But in the Championship, it seems that there's different levels, different standards. And I got to say, more respect for the club. So Burnley, well done for ripping up a bad deal. I'd love to know what it's about. It seems very nefarious. But move along with that. Derby's deal is done. Finitive is finished. Dunzo. Quickly have a quick breaker. Take a look at this.
Get your reps in, get your. Never rest on a past success. You gotta love what you do if you're trying to be the best.
Keep on
Moving.
we keep on moving along.
Keep it moving, keep it rolling.
No, we ain't slowing it down.
Never slowing down, never
Keep on
moving.
we keep on moving
Keep
along.
it moving, keep it moving, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it moving. We ain't never gonna lose it.
Coming back on screen, guys. There you go, a little bit more from the build. Hope you're liking what you're seeing. And it's coming together quite nicely. Back on with more good stuff, talking it. I'll show you more of the drone flights at the end of the show, just to finish off, just to give you a little taster. End of the show, more coming. Now I want to take you to the playoff land. Into the playoff land. That's where we need to go. Thank you very much. Get in there. Into the Championship Playoffs 2026. Take a look on your screens right now. That's what it's all about, guys. Yes, that's what it's all about. Take a look at that. You'll see what we're talking about. Have a quick read on that. We won't keep it there all day long, but just to let you know, that's what we got coming up. Basically what it says, the new playoff structure. The first is 2 and 1 match systems. The first is a one-legged match, goes into extra time and penalty kicks after 90 minutes. The semi-finals, which is two-legged, is the same system as well. After 2 matches, if they're still tied, they will go into extra time and then penalty kicks. So nothing really changes, just letting you know, if it's a one game in the league playoffs, you're going to go to extra time after 90 minutes and then PKs. Nothing changed. The same with the two-legged system semi-finals to get you into the final. Again, aggregate level after 90 minutes from 2 matches. You then go into 30 minutes added time, or extra time, I should say, and then into the penalty shootout, which I do not dread. Normally it's called and toked the dreaded penalty shootout. I love them, especially when the right team wins, yeah? Gotta say. Furthermore, look down below on your screens right now, guys. More coming. There are more rules to be playing. There's your next set of rules right in front of you. As you can see, it says there, the tiebreaker, extra time, and a final match as well. So basically, take a look at those 2 little images that we just threw up at you, and you'll know exactly where it's going into the playoffs. Now, the place where I want to go to is a picture of sadness, really. Looking on my screens, it's an absolute picture of sadness. When you win the Premier League, it kind of sets you up for a long time, unless you mismanage the club. Blackburn Rovers did it once. Look where they are. Leicester City have done it continually over the last 5 to 10 years. When they won that league, 2015, everything was golden for Leicester City. Take a look at this picture. Everything is not golden for Leicester City any longer. The team relegated from the Premier League 2 years ago, relegated from the Championship last season, languishing now in League One, 2 divisions really lower than it should have been if this club was managed correctly. It was not. But coming back on screen, Leicester City for sale. Price tag, £200 million, evaluated at 121 with assets. I think they have a problem getting that 200 million. But if you are in Saudi Arabia and you are the administration entertainment government wing that tried to buy Derby County, I would now start to turn my angle and start looking at Leicester City. Wonderful stadium, beautiful training ground. Really, you can afford it, Saudi government entertainment wing. You can really afford that club, and you can turn that back into the monster that it once was. Everything is set in place. All it needs is management. And it seems the Saudis and the Saudi League are doing quite well with their league, so far, as young as it is in this new era. If you're against sports washing, if you're against human issues or humane issues apparently connected to Saudi Arabia, you probably got an issue with this. If you're there for football, you might not. But if I were Saudi's entertainment wing from the government, I would look to buy Leicester City 100%. I'm telling you now, I really would. I would look to buy it 100%. Okay, all that said, let's get into the league table predictions and this week's matches. And don't forget, EFL Championship starts up this weekend. In fact, it starts up today. Wolverhampton Wanderers, new kids on the block, relegated recently from the Premier League, taking on struggling perennially Blackburn Rovers at Molineux. We'll keep you informed on that. And the back end of this, I'll tell you more about the Wolves game. I really will. Take a look at the table right in front of your pretty face right now. That's what it looks like. That is what it looks like. Oh, yes. What I will say is, to your right, a little bit of information, literature. 3 promoted to the Premier League, and they were relegated later in their lives. So there we go. 3 promoted to the Premier League, 2nd auto promotion, 2 auto promotion, and 1st and 2nd. So there you go. The 3 promoted to the Premier League breaks down to 2 auto promotion, 1st and 2nd, averagely 100 to 85 points. And as you're working your way down, you can see the 3rd placed team also goes through via the playoffs, not auto promotion. And there's the points spread from 3rd all the way down to 8th, and tells you roughly the points haul, what you need. And down at the bottom, 3 relegated, 22, 23, 24, as per usual. And it shows you right there in front of your face. It literally shows you the points average there. But looking at the teams on your board, that's alphabetical order. That's an alphabetical order screen. But if you want to see my predictions screen, I'll tell you what, let's take you back there. Throw it back up real quick, and then we'll throw the predictions right on top. Have a look at this from league standings as it is right now to my predictions overnight. This is what I'm talking about. Give it a second. It's coming your way now. Look at the predictions. Tell me what you think. That's my predictions there. And don't forget, it's 3rd to 8th that gets into the playoffs this year. 3rd through till 8th. Yes, 6 teams in the playoffs this season. First time. It's going to be fun. Gives Wrexham a big chance of getting back into the playoffs. And like I say, if you look at my predictions, I got Wrexham in 7th. Look down at the bottom. Bolton, Cardiff, Lincoln, Portsmouth, Blackburn, Charlton, bottom 6. Bolton, Cardiff, Lincoln, bottom 3. Up top, West Ham, Wolverhampton, Burnley, Southampton, Borough, Millwall. Above Wrexham, below, starting at 8th, Derby, Norwich, Sheffield, Birmingham, Bristol, Watford, Stoke, Swansea, Preston, West Brom, QPR, Charlton, Blackburn, Portsmouth, and your bottom 3, Lincoln, Cardiff, and Bolton. That's what I'm saying, literally, for my predictions. Get yours in here as well. And tell me what you're thinking. Do we have the stats and everything right for you? Do we have the trades and transfers right for you? I'm talking the club, not me. Does the club do you right? Are the trades enough? Do you need more? Do you want that striker still coming in? Does it make sense that we brought Patterson in and have now 3 starting number 1 goalkeepers? Someone's got to leave the building. Unfortunately, it looks like it could be Arthur. Phil's had 2 years with Arthur, a year with Danny Ward. You didn't see the situation coming, but it's come. 3 keepers in 1 slot. No other club in the league looks like us for goalkeeping core. Fantastic goalkeeping core, but 2's company, 3 is a crowd. Absolutely. Let's take a look at the matches on your screen. We're going to take a little time on this one, but take a look at the matches on your screen right now. Wolverhampton Wanderers today, kicking off against Blackburn. Tea time, just having a little swig there. You got to think Wolverhampton Wanderers should be taking this one against Blackburn. Should be. Moving to Saturday. Bolton Preston. Tough one for Bolton. Preston should get something. Bristol Millwall. Is Millwall going to have another mighty, mighty season? Charlton Derby. Derby need a good season again. Just missed getting sold off. Maybe they're happier that way. Maybe they're not. I wonder what the fans think at Derby. Are they despondent or are they happy not to be sold? Big team Middlesbrough taking on Lincoln. Welcome, Lincoln. It's going to be a long day for you. Norwich taking on West Brom. Can Norwich win a home game at the start of the season? Remember last year? 6 games unbeaten. Couldn't get a win. Every team that came in was unbeaten going into Norwich. Norwich just couldn't get that home win. Can they get a home win against West Brom to kick off the season the right way? Ali Ahmed is injured for Norwich. Portsmouth taking on QPR. Pompey survived last year, did well at the end of the season, fought for their lives, did very well, looked impressive. Now, can they continue that form, finishing just under mid-table? Or are they going to languish above the relegation zone again? Stoke City taking on Swansea. Come on, Swansea. Come on, Stoke. Nice game there in the Potteries. Britannia Stadium. Can Stoke have a better season than last year? Mark Robbins, the coach, thinks they can. Moving on, Sheffield United taking on Birmingham City. Come on, Sheffield. Let's have a better season this time around. You know you're worth it. Get in there. On Sunday, Watford taking on Southampton. The Cheats, the Spygates, Eckert, the bastard. I'm joking, obviously, but he's not happy. And neither are the rest of the EFL teams looking at Southampton for cheating. So Watford, Southampton. Could be a decent day for Southampton, but wouldn't it be lovely for Watford to get the win? Under pressure, looking like a draw. Burnley, first game in the Championship, back against another Championship club, first time back in a long time. West Ham. 2 big guns coming down. Burnley, West Ham. Got a feeling West Ham can get something there. I'm not too impressed with Burnley against previous Premier League clubs. They're both now in the Championship. And finally, on Monday, the game we're all waiting to chat, discuss, Cardiff taking on Wrexham. Absolutely beautiful. So there's your games for the weekend. But Cardiff taking on Wrexham. I think there's a 2-1 win there for Wrexham coming back on screen. I think there's a 2-1 win there for Wrexham. Going to get into the chat, guys, as we continue. But welcome in. And remember, this is going to be a tough season. I'm saying 7 is where we are ranked. We have to play top match football every game to achieve that. Last year, 19 wins, 14 draws, 13 losses, 69 scored, 65 against, +4, yeah? To finish 7. We need more goals in the for category, and we need less goals in the against category. We need more wins than 19 and less losses than 13. And by the way, the draws, I was okay with the draws last year, 14, because that helped us get into where we were in 7th. But mark this and think about this. We won 19 out of 46, okay? Yeah, 19 out of 46, which means 27 out of the 46 we either drew or lost. 14 draws, 13 losses. 27 matches, we did not get it over the line. Wow. 27 matches, we failed to get the win. That's a big stat that needs fixing. 27 matches, we failed to get it over the line. 19 times we did. We need less losses at home, for sure. Home form's got to be better than last year. And away form, all I'm saying is maybe 2 wins more, 2 losses less. And then we start to see ourselves become a top 6 team. But 27 matches last year, we did not get the result. We didn't get the win over the line. And quite frankly, 27 of them matches, if we'd have at least got 4 or 5 wins in there, we'd have been into the playoffs easily. So let's see what happens there. Going into the chat as we're getting into the far reach of the show. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you again. Going into Joe, Free Pug Show. Just got done with a meeting. I'll watch live and rewatch the beginning later. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Don't miss a thing. Don't miss a thing. Lovely to have you there, Joe, as everybody as well. He also says, let's go for the playoffs and see what happens once we are in. You know what? I think we know what's coming our way. I'm just going to go back and look at my prediction table, and I'll show it to you as well. Just give me a second, putting the chat back in the slot. I'm going to give you that prediction table one more time, just so you can go with me on your screens right now. Joe and everybody else, this is what I'm saying. If you look at 7th, Wrexham's there. I can see we finish 7th. I don't have a problem if it's 8th. But really, like I just explained, if we can turn more of those 27 matches that we didn't get it across the line, either drew or lost, and turn 6 of those into wins, we are way up in the table. We are literally pushing and punching for 4th or for 3rd. So it's a reality that we can do it. But above us is West Ham, Wolves, Burnley, Southampton, Millwall and Middlesbrough. Coming back on screen, guys. But answering Joe one more time with that one, with a little bit more time on it. Let's go for the playoffs and see what happens once we are in. What I'm saying is this. The team we've got together now, 3 new additions. Most of the guys know each other from last season. The 3 coming in doesn't upset the apple cart. Everything's still rolling forward. We're still getting our job done. And we're still going to go out there and get the points. But there's only 6 teams ahead of us. If a couple of those teams have average seasons and don't do what they're supposed to do. And you see sometimes Premier League clubs come down the Championship and don't exactly get it done. Leicester City, okay? So it can happen. Not guaranteed that every Premier League club coming down from the Premier League into the Championship is going to just push everybody aside. So factor that into the equation too. Secondly, Wrexham 7th. Should a couple of teams not do so well, like I just explained, Wrexham can climb up. I think we're in for a great season again. Phil Parkinson will not allow these guys to slide. If we have some decent form, go through unbeaten runs, beautiful. But we're going to have some adversity too, where we do lose maybe 2 in 5 or 2 in 4, whatever. But it won't be to the rate that we started the season last year, where we lost 3 of the first 5. It's going to be a tough season. It's going to be a tough start. I'm going to show you one more time while we're here how tough this start is. Because you know what? When you got the ammunition, share the love. Boom, on your screens right now. That's the first 10, as you've seen before. That's a tough start. And like I'm saying, if we can grab 4 wins and a couple of draws out of those first 10 matches, I tell you now, it'll set us up beautifully for the rest of the season. But we've got to start fast. And like I say, Phil will not let these guys slide for 1 second of the day. Going back into the chat, guys. Give me a second. Steve's in the house. Steve, how you doing, fella? Good to see you. I agree about West Ham and Wolves, but not sure about Burnley. Automatic promotion. I am with you on that, my friend. I am with you on that. I think Wolves, Burnley, the big 2 out of the 3 coming down. I know Burnley did well a couple of years ago when they were racing with Leeds to get up there, and they both were so close. And long term, Burnley were up on top, and then they came to second, and they went to first, they went to second, stayed second, and lost out on winning the title. Equal points, I believe, remember, with Leeds United. Goal difference was the difference. But this time around, I'm not sure it's Burnley of a couple of years ago that would fight straight back. They are a yo-yo club. But I agree with you, Steve. I think you've got to say West Ham and Wolves are ahead of Burnley in this race. And I think we're closer to Burnley as Wrexham team. Wrexham's closer to Burnley at the levels than they are against West Ham or Wolves. You have to see that, everybody. And Steve, great point, man. Great point. Maybe Southampton. Think Norwich. Back up, Steve. Steve says, I agree about West Ham and Wolves, but not sure about Burnley automatic promotion. Maybe Southampton. Yeah. Even if they cheat or not. Think Norwich might be up there this time. I'm thinking the same, buddy. That last season start where they lost all those home games to kick off the season, that killed them at the end of the season. If they'd have won 4 or 5 of those opening games, they'd have been in the playoffs. That's how close it was and how bad their form at home was. But this time around, can you see a repeat? You could, but hopefully not, yeah? Hopefully not. But Norwich, yes, I think Norwich might be up there this time. Be happy with top half finish for Wrexham. There you go. Wisdom coming through, guys. Wisdom coming through, again, from Wrexham fans worldwide. Excuse me, tea time. I'm going to repeat that, what Steve just said. Got to dry off the tash. Would be happy with a top half finish for Wrexham. That is wisdom. Couple of injuries either side of January. No pickups in January. We could find ourselves languishing just above mid-table, which is only a couple of places lower than 7th. That's how close it is. It really is. Scott's in the house. Damn, lost track of time. Sorry, Stevie. Hey, no worries, brother. You're always here. We're always here. And don't forget, here's the deal. If you miss this live, you can always come back and get it later. Just go to the live channel or the live section category at Ultimate Soccer Show. You can get it all the time. But I will start dropping them on the video side so that people can get them as well. I'll title it something differently, but you can get the same show again. What's the picture in the background, Stevie? Is it from the club shops as looks similar to the ones I've seen there? That picture there, there's a badge on it. It was the first match I went and did a game at BMO Field in Toronto. That's Danny Dicchio falling on his ass, scoring the first ever goal for Toronto FC in Major League Soccer in 2007. Yeah, that's nearly 20 years old. That's number 66 out of a collection of 100. I paid good money for it, but it went into the Red Patch Boys in Toronto, and I am a Red Patch Boy member, Ultra. So that's where that picture comes from, and it's very important to me because obviously I live in Canada. TFC, I did a lot of work with them, online, on TV, yada, yada, yada. And that picture, I bought that, like I say, from the Red Patch Boys Ultras group. And they've been going since the club began. So there you go. There you go. That's the picture. That's the news on the picture. That's for Steve. Free Pug Show, Simps. Free Pug Show. Since Windhouse is out for a few weeks, would you start Rathbone or Bailey? I think Bailey should start myself. It's a great question. And it also leads me into a little bit of sand throwing towards the club or throwing a little bit of mud through the rain. I'm going to read that again. Free Pug Show says, Joe says, since Windhouse is out for a few weeks, would you start Rathbone or Bailey? I think Bailey should start myself. Good. Out of the pair of them, I just have to say this. What I saw in the tour and what I've seen over the last few months with Wrexham and Ollie Rathbone. Ollie, great player a year ago, doesn't seem to be the same player in this division anymore. Still getting his job done, but he's not impacting like he was. Goals make prizes. We need prizes. We need points because prizes are points. We need to keep going up the tree, the ladder, the table, standings. We've got to stay high in the league. Goals will do that. Great defending will keep you there too, but goals will do that, Joe and everybody. What I'm saying is this. Cadamatri has really impressed me. He's coming along very nicely. Kevin Babbs, Sheffield Wednesday fan, always in the station here on the channel. Guided as well about Cadamatri as we took him away from Sheffield Wednesday when they needed some lupins, some cash, dinero, money, geld to stay alive as a club before the big American came in and bought them in the summer. What a brain. Everything's in there. I don't need a computer. It's all in here. Anywho, I think Cadamatri should start. I do. That might surprise Ollie Rathbone fans. I love Ollie. Ollie on the bench. Ollie on the bench, please. Second half. Bring him in second half. Let him have more impact time and less game time. I'm saying this much. A lot of the guys don't need to play for 90 minutes. They need to execute within a time frame. Ollie Rathbone, second half, son. Cadamatri, first half, you're playing the full 90. Maybe bring him out after 70 or 80. But Cadamatri needs to start. We need aerial presence. And he's got feet as well. And as you saw in the tour, that Leeds United goal, where he tears away from the Leeds United defence, puts the ball in the back of the net, even with defenders on the line. That took poise. That took confidence. But above all, it took quality. He's a young kid coming through. Give him time, Phil. And I'm sure Phil sees what we see in Cadamatri too. But yeah, I'm going to go for Cadamatri on the day. Great point there, Joe. Great point. And Windass brings me on to the other point. You knew Josh was injured and down for quite some time. Didn't go on the tour. Wasn't part of anything. And that's a long time. Pointing the finger at the club here. Pointing the finger at the club. Right at the club. 2 times. 2 things. Windass. If he's not fit and you have time, bring in a loaner deal. I've seen too many big players from Premier League clubs, young kids, going on loan. Why do we not have a couple more loaners in from quality Premier League clubs? You had time to plan that around Josh, and you could have released him any time after. Not Josh, but your loanee player. Bring him into January. Doesn't have to be a full season deal. And a young kid at a Premier League club would love the opportunity to go and play for Wrexham, even if it's just for a few months. Put that on your resume, and when you get sold, you can also say, hey, I was loaned out to Wrexham as well. Got a couple of goals. Made them happy. They wanted to keep me, but I had to come back. Think about that. Josh Windass. We should have had someone in to replace him. The other question and the other thing coming in, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to find this online. Give me a second. I've got to go online to get this one because it's so good. It comes in from you guys. Okay, first of all, we're going to say, why not Jay Kane, Stuart Hardy, Grizzly, Rob Much, D. Scott, Free Pug Show. All of you guys were absolutely freaking amazing yesterday in the chat. Come with me right now online. I want to show you something. That's where we are. You've got that on your screen right now, guys. Why not? Says, yes, Arthur made some mistakes. Some I think were not helped by Wrexham defence. However, his big blooper against Swansea cut deep for a Welsh club. I also think he made some incredible saves like ones in penalty shootout versus Forest. He's a little too quiet around the 6-yard box and Def needs to pick that up. If it's between Ward and Arthur, I'd keep AO and Callum, move Ward's to goalkeeper coach. What a great point that is. Parky made it clear towards the end of the season that he would like to get 5 to 10% out of the squad. Bond. I think that his strategy, new striker, right wing back, and maybe another centre back or wing back, yes, AO, was up and down, but I think I noticed he became more verbal and serious towards the end of the season, but it was too late. So far, Wrexham hasn't blown my socks off. However, the 1-0 loss to Borough was okay. Seeing Borough are 3 transfers in front of us, so we did okay. The finished product of Wrexham should be able to have drawn or won that game. First 10 games look brutal to me, so be interesting. We didn't beat Borough at home last game, so there's that. Great points. I just wanted to bring them points up because, listen, you guys fill the chat with brilliance at times, and if you take out of that what Why Not was saying, it was absolutely phenomenal. So, as for Monday, let's start talking Monday's game as we're still in the chat. And we're staying with the chat now. I'm through with all the images. Now it's chat time to the end and a few other pointers that we're going to bring through too. Don't forget, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the big show here at Ultimate Soccer, 7 p.m. Wrexham time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't forget as well, Monday's normally not a game day. It's normally just a show. Well, this Monday, first game of the season, goes against the rules. Live watch-along Monday. Wrexham away at Cardiff. Get back in here. Check the listings down below. The link is there at the live category for the watch-along. Get in here. Jump in for the first match of the season. Go bananas and fill the chat like you know you can. But Windass, remember, Windass is not there. And I'm thinking Bailey should be going. D. Scott says, there are many who think Wrexham fades this year. Middle of the pack is the betting line. I'm confident we'll finish in the playoffs, even if we have a rough start. I'm confident too. I am. Like I said a couple of times in the last few shows, my only worry is not suspensions, is not form. With Wrexham, you can say one thing. Form is temporary. Class is permanent. And with this club, over the last few years, that's the only thing you can say. Form is temporary. Class is permanent. And they keep moving forward. We keep on moving along. We ain't a slowing it down. Yep, so that's what I'm saying. Going into Scotty, there are many who think Wrexham fades this year. Middle of the pack is the betting line. I'm confident we'll finish in the playoffs, even if we have a rough start. We had a rough start last year, 2 wins in the first 10, remember? That's a rough start. I want it the other way around. Greedily, I want 4 wins, 4 draws and 2 losses in the first 10. Is that possible? It's going to be a tough ask. What really is realistic is probably a 4-3-3 situation. Probably 3 losses, 3 draws, and those 4 wins. But don't kid yourself. We are going to have to go into overdrive to get 4 wins. Remember, last season, 2 wins in 10. 2 losses to kick off the season. 3 losses in the first 5. 4 losses in the first 10. 2 wins. The first 5, 3 losses in 5. Second 5 out of the first 10, 1 loss. So it slowly got better. Exactly how you're explaining it, Scotty. Exactly. Free Pucksher says, be careful you don't report yourself, LOL. I will be, mate. I will be. That is really good. That is really good. That is really good. That is really good. Let me just check the notes here. That is really good. That is really good. Don't forget your playoffs this year. 6 teams are going into it. Cardiff City away Monday. Talking the Cardiff game now, all the way to the end. Cardiff City to the end of the show with your chats as well. Cardiff coming up. Remember last season when I said it would be lovely if we could have 3 clubs from Wales in the Championship. I was so sad when Cardiff went down. I really was, because they went down and we went up. And I'm like, no, that shouldn't be happening. We need Cardiff to stay there so we can come along and beat them. We owe them from the League Cup last year. Carabao Cup. No. They've got to stay in the Championship. We've got to get them. So let's get them in there. So they go up. Great. Answers the prayer. We're in Championship. Swansea's in Championship. 3 Welsh clubs going for it. Greedily, happily. We got 4 Welsh derbies. 2 in the first 5. 2 in the first 5. And Swansea in the last 5. And Cardiff in between. First 2 Welsh derbies in the first 5 matches are both away from home, both on the road. Second set of Welsh derbies are at the Caerhys, which means chances of getting points. And we owe Leicester from the Carabao Cup. Don't kid yourself. The blamage, an absolute blamage. I'm not going to single out anybody. You'll think I'm picking on him, especially at this time where things are not going right for that certain person. I know you know who I mean. But Joey, I love that. Be careful you don't report yourself. Steve says, need to get off to a win at Cardiff. 100%, man. 100%. Probably means more to Wrexham fans than any other game this season. 100%. 100%. 100%. There's no other game bigger than that right now on the agenda. If we go there and win, it pushes that one aside. Then we can pick another one. But right now for the season, 100% Steve, correct. It's the biggest match for us right now. Please, Parky, don't go there just looking not to lose, and let's not show them too much respect. Beauty, I love that, I love that, I love that. Listen, everybody, first point, don't go there looking not to lose. Don't go there stacked defensively, because you've watched the video and you can see the danger men on their team, the way they play, where they like to oscillate around the box, moving around the box, sorry, big word, but they like to oscillate around the box, moving around. He's done all the work defensively, and fair play, Parky is a defensive coach in my mind. I don't think he's full-bore attack. He's a counter-attack defensive coach. He always has been, and if you've got a great defence, you can have a team that goes places. Bad defence, you're not going anywhere. So big teams always start with great defence. They've also got 3 number 1 keepers, which we shouldn't have. But carrying on, second point, analysing the first one further. Don't go there stacked defensively so that you sit around the penalty box like we've seen last season and the season before as things got a little bit closer to us, where the pressure's getting on, the level's getting higher, and we're not blasting teams 5-0 like we did in the National League, which was lovely. Used to love the goals we got there, especially Paulie Mullin, bless him, Ollie Palmer, bless him, Sam Dorby, bless him, and all the other Wrexham players at Bolton Wanderers right now, lad, I tell you. Loads of players at Bolton from Wrexham. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny. It's funny. But don't go there defensively stacked and literally look like a team that's trying to prize a point away from the host. We've got to go into this season against those smaller teams, especially teams coming up from League One. No disrespect. But we've got to go at those teams with hammered down attitude. If you want to get a win, pump the legs. You want to get a draw or lose, keep walking, Dobbo. Keep messing up in front of the box, Dobbo. Keep assisting on the other team, Dobbo. I'm coming down on him now because we've got Ben Whiteman, Super Ben Whiteman. I don't think you really understand. Where's red and white? Dynamite. We got Super Ben Whiteman. Let's see what he does. Let's see what Ben Whiteman does. I'm looking for big things. And Dobbo, who I'm kneeling on right now, yes, he's coming under pressure. But when we put our own team and our own players under pressure within our squad, you're building competition for places, pressure for spaces, yeah? And that's exactly how we need this to evolve moving forward. We need players to push each other along. We don't need players to love each other. We need that competition, that rivalry within our own squad to push it up. If you've got rivalry in the squad, when you play against teams from other clubs, it's going to take you a lot further. Second point coming in from Steve. Please, Parky, don't go there not to lose, and let's not show them too much respect. That's also in it as well. Too many times, and listen, last season was a great season. I sound like I'm disappointed. No, I'm not. It was a great season. But when you find little elements within our makeup that disappoint, highlight it, fix it, get it right. One of the highlights is we offered too much respect. You can say we sit in a counter-attack situation all through the game, but do we really? Do we really? I think there's sometimes there where Parky might have had a different lineup to keep people further up the field. Secondly, his tactics. How can you ruin or run up against a man that's done what he's done for us? But little things within the big frame. Keep the team further up the field. Outlet passes. Not just a long range boot it up the field for Sam Smith, Dorby, Palmer, Mullin, Elliot Lee, or whoever else over the time to start chasing a long ball all on his own against 3, 2, or even just one defender. We need outlet passes. We need to interchange the play and move the team up and down the field in unison. There's no point being stacked at the back if you've got nothing up front. And on the road, showing too much respect is what that looks like. You're sitting back. You're giving them the final third. You're giving them most of the midfield as well to operate and come at you left and right down the wings. You're giving them time to set up because you're giving them too much respect. A few games last year, we lost because we sat back and gave too much respect. Steve, big point. Absolutely, big point. Big point. Big point. Don't give them respect. And Parky, don't set it up as a loss. Prediction time. 50 minutes in, guys. We've got 10 minutes to go roughly as we're going through this one, and I hope you're getting ready for the weekend. On Sunday, there's 2 more games on DAZN, and then on Monday, the biggie. Cardiff City, Wrexham, Welsh derby, down there in Cardiff. Can't bloody wait. Monday, it's going to be a long time. Everybody else has their fun, and then we get to play on Monday. Love it. Score prediction. My worry is what Steve just announced there, the defensive posture. I personally feel this season around, with the additions that we've got, we've literally made ourselves a slightly better team, but not much better. Danny Imre can only give you so much. Ben Whiteman can only give you so much. But gladly, I say this much. Ben Whiteman through the middle, I think will give us more ball-playing opportunity and skill and being able to connect to the marker, i.e. threading the wings or maybe that through ball down the middle. Watch for more through ball action this season from Wrexham. I really hope and pray that Parky utilises Ben Whiteman like Hickenbottom would have done this season back at Preston and like Preston did for the last 3 years as he was their captain, Doncaster Rovers captain before that. Is he going to be a Wrexham captain? Captain. I tell you, Dominic Hyam is our captain starting off this season. Will Dominic keep the armband? Possibly. But Ben Whiteman may well challenge because I tell you, he's quality. He really is quality. Total quality. Prediction, I'm thinking last year, the 2-1, we overturn it. I think we come back with a 2-1 this time around. I'm looking for the victory. I can see a draw if we sit back. There's no reason that Wrexham needs to give Cardiff any respect on the field at all. Off the field, for sure. But on the field, no, sir. We don't need to give them any respect whatsoever. We go there, we have a mission, and we apply that mission for 90 minutes plus. And we don't back down. And the subs come in early. Phil needs to bring the subs in early because the legs were getting long in a few games last year. And when the legs get long, we start to walk. We don't run to the victory. We walk. We drag our asses like George Dobson to a draw 14 times or to a loss 13 times, but only 19 times did we get the win. 19 out of 46, 27 times we were not able to get the win. We came back with a draw or a loss 27 times. That's got a factor. Them 27 matches cost us a playoff spot. Like it or not, just 5 wins out of them 27 would have put us way up high in the playoffs, and it would have been done. Nice and easy. Staying with you in chat, guys. Just going to give you a little commercial play so that you know exactly what's going on.
Keep on moving, we keep on moving along, we keep on rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down.
We ain't slowing
keep
down.
on moving, we keep on moving along.
Monday, Wednesday,
we keep
Friday.
on rolling.
Yeah,
No, we ain't slowing it down.
Get in here.
let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby, come and show me how. Gotta do it right now, you know you gotta hold me down. Can I let the moment pass? Good things, they never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I had to hit the gas. Yeah, that's premium, pull up with a team and them ain't worried about the other side. They know that they ain't beating them on everything I love. Word to the man above, keep it cool, calm, collected. At this point, you get the message. Life is hectic, but we gotta keep it rolling, though. Gotta keep it grooving, keep it moving like we stole it, though. Rolling with the punches, giving hits like we are in a scope. Even though I'm clocking, punching in, I'm independent, though. Staying prayed up, ain't nothing gon' phase us. Ain't never gon' let a lame say what they just made up. I never take a pay cut, we getting what we worth in. I never change the blueprint, cause we know it's really working.
Keep on moving,
Moving,
we keep on moving along.
keep it moving, keep it
rolling.
rolling.
No, we ain't slowing it down.
Never slowing down, never
moving.
moving.
We keep on moving.
Tell you what, guys, I absolutely love that commercial we just ripped. 60 seconds, 30 seconds, doesn't matter long, but that new groove. We keep a moving, we keep a moving along. That is Wrexham. If you didn't know it, that track I put in there, mixed all over the shop for you to get used to this season, because Wrexham is moving along and we ain't slowing it down. Just saying. So get used to that. That is going to play. I know it's a hip-hop, a new feel for you. If you don't like it, I do apologise. But we are moving along. We are moving along. And we ain't slowing it down. We're rolling along. Yeah. A lot of good words in that. Get used to listening to them. Once you've heard them all, I'm sure it's going to get under your skin for the rest of the season in a good way. And we'll be moving along. Back into the chats. A couple of pointers before we go in the chat. So I've got to say, Cardiff away Monday. Watch along. Get in here. We're going to have a blast. A passionate commentary as usual as the Red Dragons go marching to glory. Let's hope we have another fantastic year. I can't see a relegation year. Can't see a bottom half of the table year. Cannot see a bad year. And I say this, off the back of the last season, we need to improve on that and keep on improving as we are moving along. So Monday, watch along, get in here. Can we beat 7th place is what I'm saying. I've rated us 7 moving into this table, into this season, this long. Josh, not there. Karamatri should start. We got options. One player doesn't build a team, doesn't make a team, does not decide your destiny ever. Unless probably is one of those great players of all time that can win a game on a dime once in a while. We don't have that. We've got a team that can do that. Also, Anthony Patterson, Danny Imre, and Ben Whiteman, 8 million, 5 million, 3 million. 5 million Danny Imre, 3 million Ben Whiteman, 8 million Patterson. I know there's a few guys out there with point saying, why did we pick up Patterson when we've got Danny and Arthur? Competition for places, pressure for spaces. I guess Phil saw something in training since last year. Once he dropped Arthur, put Danny Ward's in there. Ward's has done a great job since. I feel sorry for Danny Ward to be literally ejected out of the number 1 starting seat because I was quite happy with Ward's. But let's see what Patterson can bring. And is Patterson that much better than Arthur? Is a point raised by a lot of people. Is Patterson that much better than Ward's? Raises another question. 3 top keepers. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, Monday, Wednesday, Friday shows are coming along. Next up is Monday, the watch along. Don't forget it. And I tell you what, get in there with me. Back into the chat. And I say we've got at least, literally. D. Scott, there are many who think Wrexham fades this year. Let's hope so. Let them think that. And let them lose their bets. Good point there, Scotty. Free pug. Be careful you don't report yourself. I won't. Scott says, with only 2.5 weeks left in the transfer window, how many more transfers do you think Parky will bring in, and what positions? What is your priority if you could fill only one position? Beautifully put. Thank you, my friend, because I tell you what, that is a great, great question. That's a great question, and that will lead us to the end of the show perfectly, my friend. Brilliant, Scott. Absolutely brilliant. 2 weeks to go. No panic time. But the longer you leave it to bring someone in, the less time they have to gel. Look at last season, the bad start we had. I told you, we needed time to gel, remember? It took 10 games to get gelled. That's too long. That's too long. You bring your players in early, you address what you need, you do your business, you do your diligence, and you lock up all the deals early. And you're looking at the players you want months ahead of time, not in the summer window. You got to look months, maybe a year ahead for some teams. However, the one position. I tell you what, Stewart at Swansea was a player possibly worth looking at. He signs for Swansea. Stewart could have gone. Ross Stewart could have come across here. Travelling salesman, put balls in the back of the net for a few clubs. He could have done it for Wrexham. Right age, could have come in and done a number. Good in the air, great on the feet. And has had time in low level, high level. Travelling salesman. That's a player we could have come in. Giving you the example, I'm looking for the striker still before the end of the season starts. I think we're light up front, and what we've got is coming to an end or just starting off the career. Look, Kadamatri, you can't say he's a full bore forward right now. He's in the growing pains. He's still learning the trade, yeah? Okay, Josh, injured. Not going to be there. Kiefer showing less and less as we move forward. He got a goal on the tour, but he's showing less and less. He's getting older, and eventually will need replacing. Kadamatri could be that guy. You got other guys that could put it in the back of the net, yeah? Ollie Rathbone, not really doing it too much. So what am I saying in a nutshell? We need a striker still to come in. We need to spend some big money on a big striker, because right now, the strikers we got are on the periphery. We only scored 4 more goals than we conceded last year. It needs to be 20 or 30 goals more than you concede. And another striker with great form can come in and help you get there. That's where we need to go. More goals in the +4 category than in the against category. For and against, it counts for a lot. We need 20 to 30 goals in the plus category, more than we're doing right now. Carrying on, transfer window, how many more transfers? Well, the striker's coming in first of all, Scott. I've got to get the striker. And I'd go into the Premier League and get someone there. A young striker in the Premier League who is just about to make it in the Premier League, but it's not getting the time. So go and search those young players. Good numbers, young players, haven't got much time, but have quality. Bring one of those guys down, even if it's a loan deal. Bring someone in. How many players would I bring in? If I could do it right now, we've got 3 coming. Doesn't seem to be a trouble spot. 2. I'd go for 2 right now. I know people want us to get a centre-back, and I'm like-minded. I know people want us to get a forward. I'm like-minded, a striker. There's also people that want us to get a left wing-back again to try help out going down the left wing and surging forward. When we look at Danny Imre, what he did in his cameo performance, bloody hell, that's exactly what a left wing-back and a right wing-back should be doing. Taking charge of responsibilities in defence, rushing down the wing, helping the midfield, backing up the defence 2-on-1, going further into the box like Emery did, and making assists or even getting stuff on goal. So Danny Emery or a wing-back for the left side is what we need. So in clarity, number 1, we need another forward, a big forward. Premier League standard, bring him down, or a top forward from the Championship that wants to move. Centre-back, and then the left wing-back. 3 more positions we need to put into this squad. It's either now or January, and there are those out there saying if we wait for a striker until January, you might as well forget the playoffs. I'm not the same thought pattern, but I can understand where you're going with that 100%. For me, bring the striker in now, bring the centre-back in now. You got 2 weeks to go, but bring him in now. Not a day or 2 days before the start of the season. It doesn't work. And as you saw last season, 2-4-4 to start the season, 2 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. You brought 6 players in, train crashed it, No time to gel, no time to shake a hand, get to know you, eat a few meals, train a few days. No, straight into action. It doesn't work. Therefore, early deals are the best way to move forward. Absolutely. So, as I said, answering that one, with only 2.5 weeks left in the transfer window, bring 2 in, 3 at the max. And that's as many as I would say. My major position is a forward to come in. Also, Scott, when you bring in 13 players in a single window, it will take a few weeks to gel. I would not be too harsh on Parky for last season. No, not at all. But it's the practicality is what I'm explaining. You bring in a bag load of players, it's going to take a long time for that to gel. And when you think 25 players in the squad and 13 players changes it, you've got a brand new family. Those guys have got to learn your philosophy, your way how, the know how to get it done. And that takes time. And as you saw, it took us at least 15 matches, in my opinion, to get to that level and then start punching through the teams. We need to punch through teams from game one. And the training and the tours away from Wrexham. Does anybody remember what I said at the end of last season? Before the end of last season, we need a tour or a summer where the team stays in Wales for the whole summer. Forget about the tour for 1 year around the world. I know you're trying to make the business, but all you're doing is damaging the team's chances of a good start each season. Just look back. It says it right there in numbers, wins, losses and draws. But we need to have a summer between the seasons where Wrexham is located in Wrexham, whereby they go and play a few friendly matches in the summer in England, Scotland, Ireland, or up in the north of Ireland. Go play some friendlies there. Keep it close to home. Your Wrexham fans, local Wrexham fans, not being rude to worldwide Wrexham fans, I'm one, but the local Wrexham fans deserve to have a summer with the team close to home. They haven't had it for a little while. Travelling to Finland is not close to home. Travelling to Poland isn't close to home. Travelling to the US is not close to home. It'd be more beneficial for this club to have a home summer. They need to think about it. It gives you more time on the training field. It gives you more time at home. The players are with the wives, are with the girlfriends. They're more happy. The local fans get to see them. It matters not to the worldwide Wrexham fan where we play. We get to see it on the TV screens, no matter where we are in the world. But again, I'm going to say it would be far more beneficial for Wrexham to have a tour at home in the summer. That's just what I'm saying. It gives us much more time all around. But yeah, 13 players in a single window is way too much. Crystal Discoball, hey, how you doing? Thanks, Stevie. How you doing? Thank you, Crystal. Great to see you. Great to see you. But I've got to say, moving towards Monday, as we're slowly closing this down, I hope you're enjoying it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they're going to come at the same time. If you miss this show, go to the live category and you'll be able to see it all the way through. You'll never miss another thing. I could and I will put up a video of this. I'll title it slightly different so they don't collide. They'll still get the same information out there. We'll still have a fantastic time too. And I'll tell you, parting shot as we're into it. Scotty says, Rob and Ryan will never accept the lost marketing opportunity cost by keeping the club in Wales on the summer break. I know. And I'm too much of a pragmatical coach, yes. I'm probably not as pragmatic as Parky in coaching, not for a second. I'm lots more flamboyant in my style of play and how I have people moving in and out of zones to literally confuse defenders and midfielders too. So I'm not as pragmatic as Phil, but yeah, the club has to go on the road to make the sales. And let's face it, how can you argue with Rob, or should I say, slap my face, how can you argue with Sir Rob and Sir Ryan with the way they literally, I'm going to say it, saved my club, saved your club, saved our club. If it wasn't for Rob and Ryan, you and I would not be having this conversation. You and I probably would not be on this channel together in this family. We wouldn't be here. So when we're looking back, Sir Rob, Sir Ryan, they can do no wrong. I love them both dearly. And if you notice, I always say Sir Rob first. That guy? Yeah. Because Ryan gets all the fame, doesn't he, hey? So Rob and Ryan, Sir Rob McElhenney and Sir Ryan Reynolds, Kings of Wales, doing a great job. I tell you, can't get enough of it. So, without Rob, without Ryan, you and I would not know each other. That's a fact. Without Rob, without Ryan, and WREXHAM the club, people all around this red planet would not be engaging in something so much fun as we are. But there is a warning with this gauging of the fun. The warning is this. If we have a bad season, don't lose your mojo. Don't lose the fun. Because if we have a bad season, there'll be a lot of people thinking, what the hell's going on? Why are we not in first or second or in the playoff spots? Last year should have been a great indicator as to what can happen and what should happen and what won't happen when you don't hit the numbers. Literally. D. Scott says, see you Monday, Stevie, for the win. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Rob and Ryan will never accept lost marking opportunity cost by keeping the club in Wales on the summer break. I love that. To close it down, I'm going to say, everybody, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, don't forget it. Shows are coming in. 7 p.m. Wrexham time. I know it's early in North America, but it's not 5:30 in the morning like some of the games, so it's not that early. Cheat on the boss. Listen when you can. Watch when you get home. But engage. And do me a favour, a big favour. Like, subscribe, and join this family. As we go through, things are going to get a lot more fun. As you can see, I'm wearing a smile on my face more than I should. I shouldn't be smiling this much. Why am I smiling this much? It's because Wrexham are coming to town. Oh, yes. The match is coming Monday. Cardiff are going to get some. I see a 2-1 win or a 2-0 win for Wrexham. But Wrexham need to go there and not show respect. And not posture in a defensive frame, Phil. We need 3 points and we need to go and get it done. And we need to keep the smile on my face and on your face for the rest of the season. Because I tell you, for a month or for 39 days while that World Cup was rolling, I was not happy. You rarely saw me have a smiley face like this. When Wrexham's coming back, I come alive. I also behave better. Yeah, apologies for some of the F-bombs in the World Cup. I wasn't the only one. People were getting sad. People were getting disappointed and depressed in many places by the way that competition was run. That's why with this one, I'm so glad that Wrexham is just this close to us and we can get ready to watch more Wrexham. For the next 46 matches, one FA Cup game. I only want one. Give us an FA Cup game. Let us leave the FA Cup after the first kick in the third round. And let us have only league matches to really cement a big season and set ourselves up for next year to challenge for the Premier League. I still feel if we challenge for the Premier League too hard this year, it might be a year too soon. I think next year's the golden ticket. This year is preparation again, and I told you this 2 years ago. We need 2 years to prep, and in the third year, that's when we go for glory. That's when we hammer down and we execute. We pick up more than 19 wins in a season, and we don't lose 13, and we draw less than 14. We score more than 69, we don't concede 65, and we don't finish in 7th. We finish higher. That's what I'm looking for. Everybody, get back Monday. Lots of love to everybody. It's always fun to be around you. It always is. It's not just words. It really is. You guys set up the channel. Absolutely. Love every one of you. Respect every one of you. Let's have some more fun this season. And like I say, Stevie's smiley face is here. And as I said, that is the last World Cup I'll ever watch. Not because of the location, but because of the organisation. I can't take corruptness in football. There's two little things we operate within football. It's the yellow and the red card. That keeps us all in check. That's all I'm saying. Get back Monday. Lots of love. Enjoy your weekend. Wolverhampton Wanderers has just kicked off against Blackburn Rovers. It's going to be a win for the Wolves. Blackburn's going to be another long season. I'm going to hit the chat before I go because we've got more people getting in here. One more season going in. Leonardo says, I'm late again. Hey guys, Leonardo, you're never late, man. You're never late. You're always on time. But I got to say this much as we're closing this down. Jingling, cling, cling, I'll be there. Crystal Ball says, thanks, Stevie. Thank you, Crystal Disco Ball. Lovely to see you again. Absolutely. And compliments, or I should say hi to your daughter. And that is a wrap, guys. That is an absolute wrap. Monday, it's coming. Get back here. I'll be giving you some passionate commentary. I can't wait. It's been too long. It makes me smile every second of the day with this team. I hope it does with you too. Get back here and enjoy it. Monday's coming fast. It's coming really fast. Get in here. It's coming fast. Cheers, everybody. See you Monday. Thank you for being here. And remember, it's going to be a long season, but we've got to go for the wins. If we go for the wins, we'll be higher than 7th, and we will get into the playoffs. And I do not see a bad season for Wrexham AFC. Let's have it up the town.